how am I supposed to know what the hell I want to do with my life? Like, what my passions are, what I like to do. Man, I don't know. Bro, here's what you gotta do. You gotta figure out and think about, what are you passionate about? Like what are your passions? And then you'll know what you want to do. Come on, bro. Like, what are you passionate about? What are your passions? I don't know. Hold on. Bro, where did you come from? Don't worry about it. Instead of thinking about what you're passionate about or what your passions are, maybe start to look at and think about what areas of life, what subjects, what topics pique your interest and get you thinking creatively to the point that you're diagnosing problems or areas of improvement within that subject, and you try to figure out how those areas of improvements or problems could be solved or could be better. For example, when there's a problem with my car, something's not working right, it's just not functioning properly, or something's wrong with the tires, anything, I basically dread looking into that. I'm not excited, and I would rather do so many other things than try to figure out what the problem is with my car, and then two, how to fix it. But my brother, when there's a problem with anybody's car, for the most part, he gets excited. He starts to analyze what's going on with the car, checking out different things, and he tries to diagnose what the problem is, and then he tries to think back through his experience, through things he's read, studied, and sometimes even looks up new things to figure out how to solve that problem. And that's because mechanics with cars, it's a passion of his. And as a result of that being one of his passions, his interest is piqued to the point that he tries to figure out the problems and how to solve those problems within that area of life. But for me, it's not a passion. Why? Because I don't try to figure out what the problem is. I don't try to figure out how to solve that problem. Because it's not a passion. It doesn't pique my interest. But yet, if we're at the huge field near our house or at a golf course maybe, and we see people swinging a golf club and they're not doing that great, they're missing the shots, they just look bad, my brother doesn't really care. He doesn't think about what's going on with their swing. He just doesn't even pay it any mind. Why? Because it's not a passion of his. It doesn't pique his interest. But yet, me, when I see someone swinging and they're having these problems, they're not hitting it great, my interest is piqued. And I start to pay attention to and diagnose certain problems that's going on with their swings, what they're not doing the best. And then I start thinking, based on my experience, all the things I've studied, and just what I see right there, how could they solve that problem? Why? Because golf is a passion of mine. And as a result, my interest is piqued. So instead of thinking about what you're passionate about, because first of all, many of us don't even know what the heck a passion is, start to pay attention to what areas of life, what subjects, what categories, and what topics pique your interest to the point that you start to figure out and think through how things aren't possibly going the best in that category, how things could improve, and different ways and solutions for those problems that you're noticing. Just like with cooking, a lot of us love to eat. I'm sure actually almost all of us love to eat, but when we're eating, we're not all thinking about, oh, how this dish could have been better. Maybe we could have added an ingredient here. No, we're just eating because we enjoy to eat. But yet, some people, food is a passion of theirs and cooking is a passion of theirs. So they start to think creatively about, oh, this dish wasn't that good. This was the problem. Maybe this is what we could have added an ingredient. We could have cooked it different. That's because food and cooking is a passion. So pay attention to different areas of life, subjects, categories, topics that pique your interest. That pique your interest to the point that you pay attention to and you observe and analyze problems going on within that subject or category, such as mechanics or golf. And then secondly, where you try to solve that problem that you're diagnosing and finding. No, bro. You got it totally wrong. He's got to figure out what he's passionate about. What his passions are. So, bro, what are your passions? What are you passionate about? I don't know.